In this video, I will tell you why you should do a 24-hour dopamine fast, and I will give you a step-by-step plan how to prepare for and have an optimum 24-hour detox. I will also tell you what I think is complete bullshit about what everybody else will tell you to do in a dopamine fast. Wait, I know you're about to click off of this video, and if you are, stop, because you are the exact person that needs to watch this video all the way to the end, and this video is for you specifically. My name is Bill Ranshaw. I am a dopamine detox and porn recovery expert. I help men reach their full potential by working with them to rewire their brain so they can effortlessly gain energy, clarity, and focus to elevate every area of their life. If you like these kind of videos, make sure you subscribe to my channel, not just for my videos, but you will be recommended other videos like this that help you in this way. Make sure you hit the bell as well so you can be notified of my videos. Before we get on with the step-by-step plan, what is dopamine? Dopamine is a neurotransmitter hormone. And since it's a chemical messenger that sends signals from one part of the body to other part of the body, it focuses in the brain. There are several other neurotransmitters found in the brain. The two most popular or well-known are serotonin and norepinephrine. Now, contrary to other discussions, dopamine is not the pleasure chemical that everybody talks about. Dopamine is released in the anticipation of a high reward or pleasure. It is not the hormone that is released at the moment of or after a pleasure moment or climax. Therefore, it is the buildup or motivational chemical. Dopamine and norepinephrine are the actual two primary chemicals that are really associated with a lot of behavioral and drug addictions, especially porn addiction and gambling and gaming and those type of things. Now, right at the height of an experience or something that's pleasurable or high reward, is what's going to be released is endorphins and oxytocin, and dopamine stops being put out. Other chemicals that are released are going to be serotonin, cortisol, melatonin, you name it. There's a slew of things that come after the high experience. All of these are meant to relax you and feel full and satiated and happy and relaxed. Now that we know what dopamine is, I'm going to share with you how we've been tricked for so many years. And this has gone on for centuries. Marketing companies and people have been targeting a release of dopamine in our brain to stimulate an impulse purchase of their product. You hear them all the time, you've seen them all the time, but yet we still fall for them. You can be a millionaire if you do XYZ. Wear our cologne, wear our perfume, and you will be more desirable by somebody else. Take our pill, take our food, take our drink, and you can lose weight and be attracted by the other sex. All catering to your need of not feeling lonely or sexual arousal. So marketing people have really figured it out. They do everything they can to associate their product with an experience that you have had in the past that is extremely pleasurable or rewarding. All of these experiences will start a release in your brain, and if they target it just right, they are betting on the fact that you will be moved to the point to an impulse or compulse to buy their product. Social media has become the master at creating anticipation, which will release dopamine, and they do this by creating likes and comments and shares, and they are feeding on your sense of needing self-worth or of acceptance. Now that we know what dopamine is and how people have been using it against us, let's talk about why you should do a dopamine detox or dopamine fast. So with our brains constantly being targeted every second of the day for some sort of anticipation, it could be short-term, near future, or far future. We're always being targeted to think about something coming up, and we're not able to remain present. And this is why activities that we used to enjoy, that were a lot of fun, are now losing out to other experiences that will perceive or create a higher pleasure or reward that is bigger, faster, and more intense. And this is always being played upon and being put in front of us. It's taken over, and we start living in a world where we are constantly trying to feed that dopamine to keep our energy levels up and keep our anticipation going. And this is why we end up running TVs in the background, always having music on. We've now lost the muscle memory to sit and be with our own thoughts. Dopamine detox will begin to reset your brain and bring you back to a moment of being present, instead of always living in a moment of anticipation of something in the future. When your mind is forced to be present and just be with yourself, you start getting energy, clarity, and focus, as well as purpose. Now, this doesn't just happen with one dopamine fast, but it will give you enough reward in a short period of time that you will be able to see the benefit to make this a practice that you want to continue doing. It's at this level where you start receiving abundance in all areas of your life. So let's get to it. Well, here are the rules. No cell phone, turn it off. Laptops, nope. Music, headphones, no. Wi-Fi watches, not at all. Can't have it, turn those off as well. Books, no e-readers, no regular books. And finally, absolutely no sex and no masturbation. So what can you have? This is what you want to have on hand. You're going to have water, a pen, a journal. You're going to have a clock, but not anything connected to the internet. And you're going to have non-caffeinated pain medication on hand. And you want to have sunglasses as well. So now that we've determined what you can have and what you cannot have, let's talk about how you prepare in advance for your 24-hour dopamine detox. First thing you want to do is pick a time that you will have the least amount of disruptions from anyone, including work, family, significant other. It's okay to have the significant other around, but really the goal is to be by yourself and really not talking to anybody. Next, if you're concerned about some sort of an emergency, if there's an emergency on your end, of course you can always grab your phone and use it. But if you think somebody needs to reach out to you, contact a neighbor or somebody close by that you can have a call forwarded to. So if somebody absolutely needed to get a hold of you, they could call them and they can come over and get you. But remember, it wasn't long ago in the past where a lot of people had to wait to get a hold of us and for us to get back to them. So it doesn't always have to be instant. Next, reach out to the people that are in your life on a regular daily basis. It could be your family, your friends, possibly somebody at work, and let them know what your plans are and what you're doing. And if you set up a resource ahead of time, give them the name of a neighbor or somebody if they absolutely need to get a hold of you. After that, you want to start planning some small activities that you're going to want to start off with. It could be a little bit of yard work. It could be planting, gardening. It could be some housework, some cleaning. No major projects, but just something that you can get your day going with. Next, set up some locations either around your house or outside, front yard, backyard that are going to be comfy and cozy that you can sit down and spend some time and just think or either meditate and be comfortable. Now, right before your dopamine detox starts, you want to plan to have a meal that is healthy, some protein, some vegetables, some starches like rice or quinoa, something to that effect that you can eat right before you start. You're also going to want to plan your first meal back from your dopamine fast. And you're going to want it to be healthy as well, something to start preparing 30 minutes beforehand. You don't want to overeat the first meal back off your fast. Now that you've done the physical preparation for your fast, you're going to want to think about and consider and plan your mental preparation for the fast. And to do this, you want to make sure ahead of time. You don't want to be doing this during your fast once it starts. You want to make sure you're starting out the fast with a clear mind and nothing that you're procrastinating about or that is going to cause you worry throughout. If it's anything work-related or emails you're going to have to get done, make sure you do all that stuff ahead of time so you can go into the fast with a clear mind and without any worry of stuff that you have to get done or that's going to build up and cause you issues. Next, you want to create an intention or a few intentions for your dopamine fast. First one might be, I just want to be more present during this time period. Also have the intent to think about something that is bothering you or a challenge in your life that you have not been able to get over it, and have the intent to not worry about it during this process. There'll be plenty of time to deal with it later, and you actually might get some insights during this fast as how to deal with them. So again, do not trouble or worry yourself during this time. Okay, now that you've mentally prepared and physically prepared for your dopamine fast, here's what you can expect. First, sounds will probably be louder and you will hear a lot more of them. Colors will be brighter and more vibrant. And also expect some sort of a headache towards the end. And this is your brain really just kind of trying to recover from the lack of dopamine overload. Lastly, expect that you actually won't really miss all of your electronics and everything that you've been using that you're tied to so often. Okay, we're almost there. You're physically prepared and you're mentally prepared and you're ready for your dopamine fast to start. The time has come. What do? You shut everything off and you begin. If you start at night, just take the few hours. If you start at 8 p.m., take a few hours and just sit and be with yourself. Get a couple of things done. You probably won't notice a whole lot. Go to bed about 10 p.m. and it's just going to be kind of a normal night. When you wake up in the morning, that's when you might notice a little bit of change. Your morning routine is going to change a little bit. One, because you're not going to be grabbing for your phone, which is usually your first instinct. And then you're going to want to start making breakfast and drinks and shakes and all kinds of things. So all you're going to have is water in the morning. And so that's where you want to start, is have an 8 to 16 ounce glass of water. And that's what you want to drink throughout the day. Again, keep food to a minimum. This is where I disagree with everybody else that talks about a dopamine fast. Everybody says to fast on food altogether. I think that's complete bullshit, because you want to start relating your body to healthy dopamines from food. And if you also fast yourself on food for one day, later in the day, you're going to start just feeling really hungry. And that is going to take away from the experience, because you're going to be so focused on the hunger than being able to experience. So that's what I disagree with everybody. However, if you do get hungry, try drinking water first. And then if you're still hungry after that, grab a cheese stick, grab some healthy snacks that you've prepared to have on hand, carrots, something, and just nibble a little bit to get rid of the hunger. Next, do some light exercises just to kind of get the body going. It could be push-ups, it could be jumping jacks, it could be planking. Do something to just get the body going. Next, you want to start some gratitude exercises. I do have a video where the link is up above that really kind of dives in on how to tactfully and specifically deliberately use gratitude. But first, you want to start doing your basics, things that you are thankful for. Next, you want to think of some people that have done some things for you that maybe you didn't receive the gratitude very well. Make a list of those people. Maybe they complimented you and you didn't fully appreciate it. Make a list of those people. Next, after you've done your gratitude exercises, start checking off a couple of things on the list. Start your gardening for a little while, for an hour or two maybe, or go for a walk with your dog. Do something to get out a little bit of exercise. And once you get back or get done with your a little bit of your chores, sit down and focus on some journaling. Now, I want to stress that journal as much or as little as you want to. Don't plan to do it every hour or every 30 minutes. Just do it when you feel like it. If you notice something that strikes you that maybe you weren't considering or something profound that happened. But again, don't force yourself to journal. Just do it when it feels right. You don't want to have to be anticipating and looking for that next time you journal. Now, after you've done your journaling, it's time to go sit outside. Sit outside and just start observing and paying attention. Look at a flower. See, what do you notice? See if you see any insects. What do they look like? Start paying attention to sounds around you. What can you hear? How far away is it? So just start bringing your mind present to everything that is around you. Just absorb it. Don't make anything more than it than what it is. At this point in time, you might want to get up, walk around a little bit more, or even go take a nap. Take 2, 3, 4 naps throughout the day if you want to. Don't feel like you have to do anything, but just be with yourself. Now, you're going to be getting towards the end of your fast. Maybe it's about a half hour towards, and you want to start prepping your healthy meal. This is going to be something that you want to take time to do and be in the moment as you prepare your food. You think about what you're cutting up, what you're putting in the pan, whatever you're doing, whatever you're putting in the oven. Just think about it. Be mindful of the moment. And before you know it, your time will be up. So there it is. You're done. Your time is up. What do? You eat your meal. That's the first thing you do. Again, don't gorge, don't overeat, don't cram your face. Next, it's time to turn on your phone. Now, turn on your phone. The first thing you want to do is maybe call a friend or a family member, possibly talk to your spouse, somebody, or your significant other. Give them a quick overview of what you felt. Try not to overload yourself with everything at one time, because your emails are going to be popping in. But chat with somebody first and let them know how your experience went. Then you can turn on your laptop, then start getting to some emails or things like that. You might find that you might wait a little bit longer and put them off to the next day. I do recommend you keep journaling for as long as you can, because you will notice things the next 2 or 3 days afterwards. As long as you're being mindful, you will recognize these things. If you're not prepared for in advance, a lot of the stuff you might miss. So again, be mindful, be present, and take notes, journal. Next, reach out to those people that you might have jotted down during your gratitude exercise. If it's people that have done something for you in the past and then maybe you didn't show enough gratitude or thanks for that, reach out to them. Let them know how much it meant to you. There it is. You are done with your 24-hour detox and you've taken a couple days to think about it. I would love to hear your experience. Join my public Facebook group at Bill Wildermuth. The link will be in the description below. And you might want to consider a 48-hour or a 1-week detox. Now, my online program, I actually go into the 24, 48 hour, and 1 week detox in even great more detail and how to prepare even further to get even more out of it. And I also want to remind you, if you want content like this, be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell. That is the way that YouTube knows how to put these types of videos in your suggestions. So please do that. It's not just for me, it's for you. And lastly, I would be honored if you feel like there might be an opportunity that you might want to work with me. I will put that information in the description below. I would love to hear from you and your experiences, what's going on in your life. With that, thank you for spending some time with me today. I really appreciate it. I hope you got something out of this. I hope to chat with you. I love you.